avoiding things always feels good immediately. It'll feel good for a little bit, but here is what you need to know about avoiding things and avoiding discomfort. And this is all backed by psychology, neuroscience, the pattern that your brain goes through when you feel like you want to do something. It might make you uncomfortable, posting the video, texting a girl, asking for the raise at work, whatever it is. There's so many uncomfortable scenarios in life that you go through. But what happens to your brain when you do something like this is when you skip the uncomfortable situation, what immediately happens is that anxiety, that fear you have, the fear that's good, is it drops, which in your brain, what it's thinking is, okay, avoiding that worked. I felt the anxiety, I avoided it, now I don't feel the anxiety. And one thing that I've learned a lot, the more that I've studied neuroscience, psychology, I'm pretty new to it, but one thing that I've really picked up on is that your brain doesn't care whether something is good, whether something is bad. It only cares about what is consistent. Your brain likes to find patterns. That's why it's good to set big goals, because I've gone over this before a lot of times, but there's one thing your brain does anytime that you tell yourself something. It looks around and it scans the environment for evidence that what you are saying is true or false. So it can prove it to your brain because it likes consistency. A good analogy that I always think of, because I have a spending problem and I've bought a lot of cars, is whenever I'm going to buy a car, whenever I have something in my mind, let's say a Tesla, for example, if I'm getting in the habit of looking up Teslas, looking up the ones I want, I will see those cars on the road everywhere. And it seems like something that's so obvious because it's always been in front of you that whole time. But your brain consciously, it cannot pick up everything in front of you. It's only going to pick up on the things that you focus on. And when you're focusing on the right goals, the big goals, the thing that you want to pursue something towards, your brain is going to look for those types of things. And that's why it's just so important to be so conscious of this stuff, because if you're not, your brain's going to look for the wrong things. And it's going to acknowledge that every time you avoid the uncomfortable situation, avoid putting yourself out there, it feels good to your body. Like, I've been there. It feels good when you feel like not doing something, you don't do it, and you feel that comfort after. But you know what happens when that comfort goes away? You're pissed that you didn't do it. And that happens every single time. And one thing that if you can understand the concept of fear and the fact that fear is good, and the fear is, it's okay to have it and it's so normal to have it, you have to act despite the fear. Because sometimes, like, the work is not actually what you're avoiding. The work is not always necessarily a bad thing. It's the feeling that comes with the work, right? Let's take a practical example here, and let's say social media is what we're talking about, just for the sake of this video is going on social media. The act of producing videos one a day is not hard, right? In theory, you could do that every single day. You could probably do 5 videos, especially if they're short form content. You're not actually avoiding the work. You're avoiding being scared of people judging you for the work that you're putting out there. You're avoiding the embarrassment of making bad videos, but it's supposed to be bad. It's supposed to suck, and that's okay. Fear is an underexplored emotion. You need to dive into it. You need to lean in. Same thing with running. Same thing with every difficult thing in your life. If it feels uncertain, lean into it. It's going to completely change your life. There's a quote that I saw online a few days ago, and I think it pairs in really well with this. We're going to finish with this. You can spend your entire life trying to avoid rejection, embarrassment, uncertainty, failure, but on accident, you will avoid living. Your life will get exponentially better when you accept that things don't need to feel okay for you to do it. You accept that it's okay to be completely in fear, because the goal isn't to build a life where you are always comfortable. The goal is to act whether you feel comfort or you don't. Every time you feel uncomfort, if you can act, it is going to make your life infinitely better. And you're going to find things about yourself that if you do it enough times, you won't feel uncomfortable anymore. I don't feel uncomfortable making these videos whatsoever, but I absolutely did at first. And this is an analogy that can be used for everything. Like, if you do things enough, and if you suck at it enough, you will eventually get better. So if you're still here, I appreciate you. I love you. These videos are going to be coming every single day. If you could subscribe, it's completely free. I appreciate you being here, even if you don't subscribe. Love y'all. Have a great day. Peace.